In this section, Rainscreens, Procurement, Budget and more from VMZINC. For zinc facade panels that need to be up to 600 mm wide, the mosaic panel system is a good option. The maximum panel size is 600 mm by 2.4 meters, installed either horizontally or vertically. Panel depth can be altered from 40, 60, 80 and 100 mm, giving the possibility of a more textured facade. The reveal joints are always 15 mm wide. On the Water Street project in Manchester by Stephen Hodder and Partners, 40 mm deep anthrazinc mosaic panels were used. Shiplap or overlapping panels can be installed on cladding rails, metal or timber. The panels must be installed horizontally and have a 200 mm coverage width. The panels can have a depth of either 13 or 20 mm. Sine wave or corrugated panels are available in all finishes. Standard wave size is 18 mm by 76 mm, one of the few systems with visible fasteners, and can be installed both horizontally and vertically. The panels can be perforated and even curved, as on this retrofit project in London by G-Pad Architects. Interlocking panels are probably the most commonly used zinc Rainscreen system. Panels have a depth of 25 mm and the most common centre-to-centre distance is 300 mm, including a 10 mm or 20 mm reveal joint. Interlocking panels have been tested to the CWCT protocol. Panels can be installed vertically and with a mix of finishes. Panels can also be installed horizontally. As with all zinc facade systems, a number of options are available for window flashings, but here we're going to look in more depth at a picture frame detail for horizontal interlocking panels. Interlocking panels. The interlocking panel is a 25 mm deep Rainscreen panel with a top-down installation when installed horizontally. The maximum panel width is 333 mm, which includes the face and joint, which is typically 20 mm. The centre of the panel is fixed with screws, whereas the ends are installed in place with stainless steel clips that allow thermal movement. Window heads, sills and jambs are measured up. As with all facades, a number of options are available for window flashings. In addition, the jambs and head use a folded flashing that connect the interlocking panels to the window itself, although this will vary depending on the exact window configuration being used. Most of these elements can be modified standard interlocking panels. First, the sill is prepared and cut to size using shears or a grinder. The upstand against the jamb is created with a 50 mm fold. The sill is temporarily put in place with the window jamb, which allows the flashings to be precisely marked up. Any excess zinc can be cut off the sill, and it is then screwed into position. Here we are showing a picture frame window flashing. The window jamb flashings are cut to size and screwed in place. The window head flashing is then cut to size and screwed into place. The exact angle of the sill is measured, which allows the jamb flashing to be correctly cut. At the top of the jamb, a 50 mm return fold is created. The position of the folded flashing is marked on the window flashing. The jamb panel is then cut to size, with notches stamped into the jamb which will hold the panel in place. Then the head panel is cut to size and installed. When the window is completed, the panels either side of the window can be installed. Panels can be installed over timber or metal cladding rails. It should be noted that this is a vented Rainscreen facade, and it is good practice to protect the insulation with VMZINC membrane. When installed horizontally, the end of the panels include return folds. Screw holes can be pre-drilled on panels. Oblong holes can also be used to allow for thermal movement. The facade can then be continued downwards. Once the facade is completed, including associated trades, the protective film can be removed. It can be left in place for up to 2 months. Protective film must never be partially removed. Different zinc facade panels will give varying aesthetics. Interlocking panels will always sit flatter than a standing seam facade. UK fabricators such as CGL, PSP and Sotec have carried out CWCT tests with panels made from VMZINC. Tests typically include 2,400 pascals serviceability and 3,600 pascals safety. VMZINC is ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 registered. Zinc also has a BRE Environmental Product Declaration EN 15804, which, amongst other things, indicates a lifespan of 100 years with full recyclability. The cost of a zinc roof or wall will depend on the system used, the size and location of the project, but most zinc systems can be supplied and fitted for between £100 and £200 per square metre. The majority of products are also stocked by UK or Ireland-based distributors, making zinc rapidly available. As we've seen, zinc roofs and walls must not only be correctly designed, but also correctly installed. It is critical that standing seam roofing and cladding is installed by a competent hard metal contractor. VMZINC at Work Partners have a track record of successfully installing zinc roofs and walls. They also know and understand our recommendations following training. As with all materials, health and safety regulations must be followed, such as construction, design and management regulations. It is critical for individuals to follow regulations through correct attitude and applying personal safety. All risks must be assessed. PPE must be used. Correct lifting and handling is always required, and working at height needs to be carefully assessed. VMZINC can supply literature and samples, as well as CAD drawings and specifications, including via the NBS Chorus portal, where BIM files are also available. We're always happy to discuss specific projects and can supply lists of appropriate contractors for your project. Thank you for watching.